Well, I do remember that we checked number 89's profile before, and now it's updated. Although, yeah, we still don't know much about him. A mysterious inmate currently serving a life sentence at Future Prison for murder, only known as 89 or Falco, and we do have his profile over here. What about Rohan? Rohan Kumakura, male, 53, January 18. Previous Kumakura boss, he likes guns, drugs, money, women, and power. Dislikes betrayal, rival gangs, cops, hobbies, politics, investment fraud, organ trading, land speculation. Typical mafia slash yakuza stuff, I guess. Skills, torture. Rohan used to be the leader of the Kumakura gang. 1 year ago, he committed suicide by jumping from the roof of a building. He was known for his horrific torture technique of peeling his victim's skin from toe to thigh. Lovely. What a lovely thing to read during dinner. We're speaking of dinner. Hey, Oda, is the food ready? Oda Matsushita, coward that left Mizuki behind at the crime scene. I'm gonna keep mentioning that, Oda. I'm gonna keep mentioning that. I'm gonna remind you of the consequences of your actions, because what you did is pretty shitty, and you don't seem pretty fazed about it. You do seem at first, but in my eyes, you know, you should probably learn something from this. What's your usual, Iris?
Omelet rice.
Alright, omelet rice it is.
Ota's omelet rice is so good it gives me stomach cramps.
Oh, literally or figuratively?
Is that a compliment?
You're embarrassing me.
Well, Ota appears to have taken it as a compliment.
Of course. You've been here before?
Yeah, I have.
Have you met Ota's mother, Mayumi?
Yeah, but
She doesn't like you, that's for sure.
I don't think she likes me.
That's not true. Mom is just jealous of how pretty you are, Tessa.
Shut up and do the food, Oda.
Not very reassuring. Whether out of jealousy or otherwise, she still doesn't like Iris.
About Iris's resurrection, so to speak.
Iris, about your coming back to life.
Hold it! What do you mean coming back to life?
I decided to tell Oda about Iris's resurrection.
Date jumped into a parallel world where I'm still alive.
Tessa died?
Yep.
Yeah, she seems pretty okay about that. About a parallel world,
Hey, can you tell me about this parallel world idea in more detail?
Oh, sure. How should I explain this? Well, oh, I know. Let's play rock, paper, scissors.
Are you changing the subject over here, Iris, or...?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. If we tie, nothing happens. We just shake hands. If I win, you have to give me something.
What if I win?
I'll do anything.
Anything?
Anything.
Date, your heart rate is rapidly increasing. Why exactly is that?
Because he's a perv. Isn't it obvious, Aiba?
Alright, let's do this.
Okay, let's go.
But what about the parallel... Okay.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
What should I throw? I feel like scissors today.
Shoot.
Darn.
Yay, I won.
Oh, no. You see, this looks like scissors, but it's actually paper.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, why did I throw out scissors? Why?
Alright, just give it up, Date. Come on.
You're really not taking this well.
Take it like a man. Come on. Don't
So I get my prize.
let your pervertedness get out like that. I mean... Okay, let's be real. We're men. We do have a little bit of pervertedness in ourselves, but... we do have to keep it more respectful, you know. Come on.
I don't have any money.
I don't want money. Instead,
Yeah?
can you pet my head and say Iris is a cutie? The cutest person in the whole wide world? A cutie angel?
Oh my.
Fine. Iris is a cutie.
No. Put your heart into it.
Iris is a cutie cutie, the cutest person in the whole wide world. A cutie angel.
I really the whole thing while patting Iris on the head. Alright, well, it is lovely nonetheless.
We just played rock, paper, scissors, right? I won and you pet me. But in a different timeline, maybe we tied. Or maybe I obeyed your orders and did something really scandalous.
Really? That's it? That's the idea that you wanted to get across with this?
Rewind time, do it now!
I do not have that functionality.
So those timelines are what I'd call a parallel world.
So you think I jumped from a world in which you were dead to this one where you're alive?
That's what I think.
Huh. Parallel world, huh?
Well, if we are to think about it this way, if that is what is happening, we jumped into a timeline still in the present. Like we continued from a similar time forward, except in a different timeline. But maybe we do have the ability to jump into a different timeline, but sometime in the past, which would mean that Date would technically be able to choose something different and, you know, just let his perverted imagination run wild with that, you know.
Can't believe it, but...
Sure you can. Parallel worlds exist. Do you know about the Mandela effect? Or the Booba Kiki effect? Or the 100 million balls? If I explained that, would you believe me?
Sounds really interesting, Tessa. I know some urban legends like that. The spatial temporal man, and the lost friend, and the story of two sisters.
I've heard people talking about it. Yeah, surely. The spatial temporal man?
Yeah, it's sort of like a common experience. A lot of people have experienced waking up in an uninhabited world they've never seen before. And most of them describe seeing the same person. The spatial temporal man. He's supposed to be an ordinary old man wearing work clothes. The spatial temporal man guides people back to the real world. He tells them, this world is not for you, or something.
I'd like to meet him someday.
What about others?
So, this elementary school kid, let's call him C. He goes to school and there's a bunch of things on the floor. Postcards, towels, a coffee cup, rice bowls, a sink, lots of stuff. But C realized that those were all things from his own house.
How did they get to the classroom?
No one knows. It's not like anyone did it on purpose or there was a thief or anything.
Maybe something happened that made two parallel worlds fuse.
Yeah, maybe. So, there's this girl. Let's call her B. She's practicing piano in her room. And her little sister is watching TV in the same room. B asks her to turn the TV volume down so she can hear her piano playing, you know? So B goes back to practicing, playing a little bit. But her sister doesn't turn the volume down. She's not listening at all. So B turns around to scold her. She was really gonna let her sister have it. But she's gone. She's nowhere to be seen. She thinks, I wonder where she went. But then B hears her sister at the door. I'm home. B runs to the front door and sees her sister and her parents standing there. So B asks, when did you go outside? But her mom says, what are you talking about? She went shopping with me. B is really confused by all of this, of course.
Dun dun dun!
She asks her little sister about it, and she learns that her favorite TV show was on. And before she went shopping with her mom, she was deciding whether or not she wanted to stay and watch it or not.
So depending on her decision, a parallel world was made.
Yeah. What B saw might have been from the world where her sister stayed behind.
What triggered it, though? Anything else?
I know a ton of stories like this. Like being suddenly transported 1 year into the future, and there's a missing persons report out for you. You look down at your phone, but you realize that it's not yours. It's not the one you remember having. You look through the contacts, and it's filled with names you don't recognize.
Sounds scary.
There's more, too. Like this town where everyone is Japanese, but they're speaking a completely different language. And all the signs and magazines and stuff have different letters.
Well, can you imagine that sort of stuff happening? Man, what a weird world that would be, where everyone is speaking English instead of Japanese, and we're in a Japanese city.
And it's not like Korea or China. It's the Japan we know, but the language is different.
That's a prime example of a parallel world.
So does that mean that I'm in a parallel world? Whoa. Okay. What about that little story about the lost friend?
There's this kid, A. He's in elementary school. Well, A had this close friend named Suzuki. One day, after school, they're walking home together. A turns around to tell Suzuki a joke, and Suzuki is laughing his butt off. And he's laughing and laughing, and he laughs so hard that his eyes fall out of their sockets.
What?
What does that have anything to do with the parallel worlds?
Well, they were hanging down out of his eye sockets.
Well, that's not any better.
The nerves were still connected, but A is of course in shock and doesn't know what to do. Suzuki just takes his eyeballs and jams them back into his eye sockets and keeps walking like nothing happened. So A asks him about it. Like, hey, are you okay? Your eyes fell out. A is really concerned for his friend, you know? But Suzuki just says, yeah, I'm fine. He doesn't say anything about it.
So A is suddenly transported to a parallel world where this sort of stuff happens, like normally. People's eyes come out of their sockets like that, and they can just put it back in just easily.
And by now, A is really curious, but he's not getting any answers. So they just part ways and go home.
I mean, it's not anything new. I mean, Tate has eyeballs, so...
The story only gets weirder from here. The next day, A goes to school, and Suzuki's not there. A is confused and asks his teacher about it. Hey, where's Suzuki today? And the teacher says...
Well, I mean, I can imagine what the teacher is going to say. Let's see.
Suzuki? Who's that? There's no Suzuki in this class. A says, what are you talking about? And he goes and asks all of his classmates about Suzuki. They all say the same thing. I don't know him. There's no Suzuki in this class.
So that kid must have jumped into a parallel world without Suzuki.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Bottom line, there's like infinite possibilities for this sort of stuff.
Couldn't Suzuki just be an imaginary friend or something?
No, A was really serious about remembering Suzuki.
It is weird. And there's no way you can pop your eyeballs back in like that.
Well, not necessarily. There's such a thing as a dislocated eye. It actually isn't too hard to put your eye back in if it falls out.
Ota is correct. Dislocated eyes are easy to replace in their sockets. As long as none of the nerves or blood vessels were damaged, there are usually no lasting negative effects either.
Huh.
But that doesn't prove this Suzuki exists.
Well, I guess not, but...
Oh, that is quietly making almond rice in the kitchen. Alright, well, there's that. So, what about the Boba Kiki effect?
Date, look at this picture.
Iris pulled the picture on her phone.
There's a famous experiment regarding this picture. You show this image to people around the world and ask a question. Which one is Booba and which one is Kiki?
I mean, I guess on first glance, if I were to think of it, Boba sounds like a female, like a male name, and Kiki sounds like a girl name. And if we are to think about it generically and such, blue is for males, pink is for females, so Boba is the first one, Kiki is the second one, but it's probably the opposite one. Like, the other way around, and there's some good explanation for that.
Believe it or not, 98% of people asked have the same answer. The rounder one is Booba, and the jagged one is Kiki.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Isn't that weird? In other words, everyone thinks that Booba is a certain way, and Kiki is the other. It applies universally across languages and cultures. It's like something ingrained inside all humans.
Okay.
Like worshipping the sun and the sea, or thinking that the mother is soft and the father is jagged.
Yeah, truly.
Regardless of your culture or background, you probably think this way. It's what Jung called the collective unconscious. There exists a second psychic system of a collective, universal, and impersonal nature, which is identical in all individuals.
Collective consciousness control.
That's what Jung said about it. Think of it like bamboo. Bamboo stalks look like individual plants since they're separated. But underground, they're all connected. Human psyches might be like that too. That's...
The parallel world?
Yeah! You saved me in the dream, right? And dreams are all about our subconscious minds. So if you follow the roots...
You get to another bamboo stalk.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, what about the Mandela effect?
Do you know Nelson Mandela?
Well, yeah. The former president of South Africa. He helped abolish apartheid.
He died in 2013, but a strange thing happened. When the news broke, people all over the world thought, didn't Mandela die in prison in 1980? That's the Mandela effect.
Yeah, I think that's similar to that thing that is going on with Shazam and Kazam and stuff like that. I think that some people are confused about that.
It's when your memory and history have discrepancies.
Like, Kazami is that one... with that one movie with Shaquille O'Neal as the rap genie and such, and Shazam is like a DC superhero. But I think that people are getting it confused a little bit, I don't know. Or maybe there's like something else to that, I don't know.
There are lots of examples. Like the name of this kid's book with the bears having different spellings. Or people remembering that Kennedy was assassinated in a 4-seat car. But in our world, he was in a 6-seat car.
Huh. I thought it was a 4-seater too.
Or that electric mouse from that video game. You probably remember the tip of its tail being black.
Electric mouse?
It wasn't?
Nope, it's all yellow. And the design didn't change.
Oh.
Lines from movies, company logos, historical events, and little things. The Mandela effect is everywhere. Why do you think that is?
Because those memories are from parallel worlds?
That would explain it, I guess.
Whoa. Okay. I guess that's one interesting thing. What about the 1 million, like 100 million bolts?
This world is full of really interesting stuff. But you know the most interesting thing of all?
No, what?
That humans exist at all.
The universe developed in a very particular way to get here.
Yeah, it sometimes makes me think. If things were different on planet Earth like millions and millions of years ago, that if even some, like, a small portion of chemicals were different during that time, then we wouldn't be here in the first place. Like, maybe the concentration of oxygen is different, or, I don't know, stuff like that. It's crazy to think about it that way.
If things were even slightly different,
Yeah.
well, the galaxies and solar system and all of that might not have existed at all.
And that means humans would never be born. And even if everything happened exactly like that, the probability of human life developing is extremely low. And yet, here we are.
Yeah. Quite interesting.
Imagine a box full of ping pong balls, labeled 1 to 100 million. Would you be able to pick out the one?
Not likely.
I mean, the chances are pretty low. Indeed.
But what if there were 100 million of you?
Then one of us would eventually get it.
Well, then one of us would definitely pick up the one.
Exactly! The birth of humanity is so improbable that it's basically a miracle. But if there were multiple universes...
Then it wouldn't be strange that at least one of them had humans in it.
She is describing the anthropic principle. I may have underestimated her intelligence.
Huh. I'll be. Alright, well, I think that we're done with this for now.
When did you two get so knowledgeable?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Tessa is always writing about this stuff on the internet. That's why I decided to research it too. That's how I learned all this stuff. Oh, hey, I know about conspiracies and secret societies too. I find that stuff fascinating.
Of course you would.
If you want, we could talk about those.
Maybe next time. Now where's that omelet rice?
Done!
Oda brought the dish over. He laid out an omelet rice in front of me and Iris. Iris grabbed her spoon with a huge smile on her face.
Bon appetit!
She picked up a spoonful. No, actually, she tried to pick up a spoonful. Ow. Did something happen?
Tessa, are you okay?
I'm fine. My hand slipped. Let's eat.
Iris and I ate the omelet rice in near silence. There was no conversation. Just the sound of the spoon hitting the plate. The dinner echoed with it. And before long...
Ah, thanks for the food!
Okay, something is definitely happening with Iris, that's for sure. All these weird moments of her being so... looking so low on energy, and then this stuff is happening. Her face was back to her usual easy smile.
That was good.
She probably has some sort of condition, maybe, that we don't know of.
Ota, your omelet rice is seriously the best.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
Aw, thanks. I owe it to my dad. He taught me well.
I paid for the food and stood to go. Alright, well...
Let's get going, Iris.
Thanks again.
Thank you. Come back soon.
Alright, well, I guess so. See you later, Oda. Coward that left Mizuki behind at the crime scene, running like a coward. Well, I'll see you a different day. For now, let's go to the warehouse. And, I guess, show the location to Iris.
I saw it. I'm sure. Your corpse, Iris.
But I'm here now. Maybe I'm a ghost.
You don't look like a floating sheet. You have legs.
But maybe they're not legs. Maybe they're my boobs.
You're walking with your boobs? Duh, I have this mental image of that one South Park episode that I watched a while ago with people with big balls that they use to jump over with. I don't even know. I tried to picture Iris' breath swinging down there like that. And then I decided not to.
Didn't you say that you saved me in your dream? What did you mean by that?
I told you that I'm with an organization called Abyss, right?
Yeah, you told me 2 days ago.
We find clues in the minds of suspects and witnesses. We enter what we call Somnium, a dream world projected by their subconscious.
That's a little bit too much information there, Date.
That's what the entire organization is about.
How do you even do that?
We have a machine that we call the sync machine.
What is that?
It's a sync machine.
That's not an explanation. Tell me how it works.
Well, I can explain, but it will require a bit of background to understand.
Background?
Yeah, basically. Do you know about the nanotechnology?
Nanotech? Yeah! Technology related to really small things. Like, really teeny tiny things. And when they make a machine, they're called nanomachines. I heard they use them a lot for medical and tech fields.
Mm-hmm. And for memes. It is pretty cool. Nanomachines, son.
Some of the cutting-edge nanomachines can even go inside your body and cure illnesses. They can even cure cancer. And they go beep, beep, beep. That's what Mom said. Well, I don't know if it was like beep, beep or rrr. But anyway, nanotechnology costs tons of money.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the technology, what sounds they make. Maybe they make like beep beep or honk honk.
Only a few people can even afford it. My college professor said only the richest of the rich have nanotechnology. But he's pretty liberal, so...
Or some technology would make like meme sounds and such to alert you of stuff.
Largely accurate. Nano is a prefix meaning 10 to the negative 9th power. A nanometer is therefore 0.0000000001 meters.
Pretty much.
The sync machine uses machines approximately 2.16 nanometers long. Viruses are on average 20 to 970 nanometers, so sync nanomachines are far smaller than that. This allows them to access neural circuitry. During a sync, the nanomachines are used to write in the syncer's data.
So basically, we are using nanomachines to get inside people's brains and read the data from that? Huh, okay. So like teeny tiny bugs that go inside people's heads and such. That sounds kind of creepy in some aspects. Do you know about the Wadjet system?
I guess not.
No, I know what it is.
You do?
It's the core programming behind AI, right?
That's right. What's wrong?
What?
You're shivering.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
To borrow Pewter's explanation, with the advent of the Wadjet system, we can extract the data of the human psyche. This data is sent to the brain, which achieves the sync.
BBB?
I've heard of it. The blood-brain barrier, right?
Blood-brain barrier.
Inside the skull, there's an army of little teeny tiny soldiers that surround the brain. They protect the brain from bad stuff in the blood, right?
That's almost it, yeah.
The blood-brain barrier describes the architecture of the microvessels of the brain. It is a kind of shield that protects the brain. To get through, an object must be no larger than 0.4 nanometers. Objects too large to slip through the barrier cannot physically access the brain.
Okay, you have the basics down. Let me explain how syncing works. Syncers like me equip the sync gear and use it to access the subject's brain. Inside the helmet are nanocables. And on the tip of each of these cables is a special nanomachine. But the machine can't reach the brain through blood alone. Do you know why?
Because of the BBB. It is much larger than 0.4, from what I'm gathering. Is that right?
The BBB soldiers say go away and push them back?
Well, yeah, kind of. But for the sync to work, we have to get the nanomachines into the brain itself.
And they definitely have to be a lot smaller than what they are, right? So how does that work?
How do we do that?
Drill a hole in the skull?
I mean, that would be a solution. Just put in a drill in the skull and
No.
In Shovel Forge, you can use a pickaxe and...
No, it has nothing to do with tools. We don't have to open a hole.
No.
Skulls already have holes in them. One of those holes is the optic canal, which is a nerve canal located behind the eyes. The nanocables of the sync gear go through your eyes, then go to the back of your eye socket, then through the optic canal to the sea.
Okay.
The sea?
The sea of brain cells, anyway.
That sounds kind of romantic.
It's only a chunk of protein.
Okay. And then what?
Once the nanocables arrive at their destination, they can begin the sync process. They slide into the brain like roots of a tree. And on the tip of each cable, the nanomachine sends and receives data. This is controlled by the Wadjet system. And that's how the syncer and the subject exchange information.
Exchange?
Think of it this way. The human brain has a max capacity of one psyche, one consciousness.
Multiple instances of consciousness inside one brain can cause a total collapse of higher brain functions.
You know how a car only has one steering wheel? If there were two, there would be accidents all over the place.
Well, don't some planes have 2 control sticks?
Okay, maybe it wasn't the best metaphor. What I'm trying to say is that the human body can only hold one person. If you try to have 2 people inside one brain, it will break.
I see.
Because of this, the syncer's data goes inside the subject's brain. And the only thing inside the subject's mind at the time of the sync are their memories. Like a house with no one inside. We syncers break into the house, look for clues, and leave.
And we don't even need permission for that.
All within 6 minutes.
There's a time limit?
Yes, or else the house will collapse on our heads.
The neural circuits would become too deeply entwined with one another. To put it simply, the syncer would be trapped inside the subject's house.
Oh.
Thank you for explaining it. I don't completely understand how sync works, but still.
Well, you are a smart girl. I'm sure that if you study this a little bit more, you can figure that out.
Just don't tell anyone. This is extremely confidential.
It's okay, I won't. Date, tell me this. Who did you sync with yesterday?
Didn't I show you his picture? Congressman So Sejima.
So that's why you know so much about him.
But you've never met him, right?
I haven't, I swear.
And she doesn't seem to be lying about this, either.
Hey, Date, you saw my corpse here, right?
I did. I'm sure of it.
And in SoStream, you saved me from getting killed.
Yeah.
And then somehow, I resurrected.
Yeah.
Date, that means you're... Achoo!
Date,
Isn't I?
is the cold too much for Iris?
More than likely.
Yeah, I'm freezing too.
Let's get out of here.
Iris, let's get out of here for now.
Roger that!
Alright, well, I guess so. I guess it's time for us to go... to Marble? Oh? Could he be...
Hey, Mama, it's me.
Dante, honey, what's up?
I'm heading over now.
Glad to hear it. Maybe I'll close the place a little early for you.
Sorry, but I'm with someone.
With someone?
A girl named Iris.
What? Is she a virgin?
Huh?
I'm not gonna answer that. Anyway, remember what we talked about?
There's a regular here who was good friends with Ren. They should be here tonight. Oh, right.
Are they coming tonight?
Yes, I promise.
All right, then I'll see you there.
Okay, I'll be here.
Alright, well that's
How are
lovely.
you talking on your phone without earphones?
I was too lazy to explain it properly. So I came up with a lie.
I have an earpiece implanted in my ear.
Wow, cool!
Another call came in. Alright, well who is it?
Date, it's the boss.
Oh.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh boy.
Okay, Dante, tell me the situation. Did you find number 89?
Nope.
If I did, I would have told you.
Aha.
What's with that? What's with that smile on your face? Huh?
What was that about?
That was a cry from deep within my heart, Date. Do you realize how screwed I am? Go find number 89.
If I find Renju, I find number 89. I'm gathering information on Renju's whereabouts now.
Where?
I thought I was going to marble with Iris. And about who I was expecting to see there.
Wait, are you trying to get her drunk?
She's not 21.
And if she wasn't a minor?
Hmm?
Well, whatever. I'm sure you have a good plan. Find those two and arrest them. Got it?
Alright. Stay safe, boss. Try your best to hide from the higher-ups. Just avoid the subject as best as possible. Golden Yokocho, Monday, 10:07 p.m.
So this is Golden Yokocho.
First time here?
Yeah.
Marble is right over here.
Date, on your 6. Two
No?
suspicious individuals approaching.
Circumcision time!
Date!
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, I knew it! There you go.
Date!
Stay right there.
Okay.
I knew that something like this would happen eventually. Holy Christ! How many of these people are there?
Damn. Who are they?
We can find out later. We need a way out of this.
Yeah, but
If I grab Iris and try to run, we'll be shot full of holes. And the areas between the buildings are blocked off. We cannot go that way. Which means...
shit. We gotta take care of them.
I have reached the same conclusion.
But I've only got a single revolver.
Lovely.
Date, I have a plan. I will give you instructions. Just move as I tell you.
This better work.
Not to worry. My calculations are flawless.
What's the plan?
You see that hangar over there? Shoot the bottom of the hangar with a normal bullet.
Why?
Ah, you'll see why.
Don't ask questions, just do it.
This is gonna be lovely. Alright. Let's get to it. Aim, aim, and fire. Enjoy, guys.
Look at that. Like a gift from heaven.
Alright, well, that solves those people.
Are they stupid?
Just as I calculated.
What kind of calculations did you do?
We call it the perversion calculation.
Date, focus.
We factor in the perversion coefficient.
Now, the burst shot. Shoot the pornomag vending machine.
The pornomac?
I said no questions. Hurry! Shoot the vending machine with the burst.
Alright. Aim. And there you go. Enjoy the porno mags and hentai, guys.
Hey, this is...
This is crazy.
I've never seen anything like this before!
Hot damn, that's like 5 people there. Sweet.
Yeah, they must be stupid.
You are too.
What?
The final step.
Yeah, as long as they don't use that kind of tactic on us, I think that we're gonna be fine.
But you don't have to do a thing.
Hello?
Mama? There's a group of naked buff guys dancing outside your bar.
Hi Bob. Why is that his voice coming out of your body?
There's... What?
Don't use my voice without permission.
Oh. Oh, I guess that was intentional.
This is an emergency. I will slap you if you don't shut up. Now, we're ready. We just need to use the fire extinguisher.
It's loaded with high-pressure CO2.
Now, I will leave your eye and throw the fire extinguisher into the air. Shoot the top of the extinguisher at the perfect time. Now let's go!
Alright, if we do the calculations right, we're gonna be able to throw this at them, and then they're gonna become so horny, you have no idea.
Ready? Here I go.
Alright. Let's make this count, Date. And sayonara, boys.
All according to my calculations.
Way to go, mama. Date residence, Monday, 10:52 p.m. That was a lot of fun. Don't you think, guys?
This is...
My place. The building's got a security system. We'll be safe here.
Yeah, indeed.